Welcome back to another Phill-osophy Arc episode. In this episode, I'm covering curses. Now, already everyone's probably jumping to attention and going, curses? Pfft, get out of here, what a load of goff, you know? But they tap into something real, folks. They tap into mythology, ancient human history. This is going to the realms of the spiritual, into the occult, which is what a lot of psychology and inner reflection takes note from, its inspiration from, and modern psychology being a translation of the ancient occult. Now, for the first one, we will cover personal curses, the ones we inflict upon ourselves. Personal curses can cover a wide range of things, and I'll cover the simples. Limiting beliefs. Our beliefs that that's impossible. That can't be done. Oh, look, you can do that, but I can't because that's just how it is. Only you could do that one, you know, a limiting belief. Another personal curse is self-doubt, which a lot of us and many of us and all of us suffer from every single day. Self-doubt for everything. Another part of that is talking ourselves off the starting line, that someone or something or ourselves will present an idea or a concept to strive to achieve, and already we're throwing excuses and reasons and speed humps and everything under the bus to block ourselves from even trying to turn up to that starting line, you know. Second would be life curses, the things we train ourselves to do over time. Slow, methodical methods that we use daily that just inflict a slow downwards trajectory upon ourselves. OCD, chasing perfection. Another good one would be vices and bad habits and addictions. They're another form of curses. The curse of smoking, the curse of drinking, the curse of consumerism, the curse of shopping for new handbags and buying little knickknacks and buying useless stuff we don't really need. It's another curse. Then we have family curses, things that have been taught that way within the family for years or generations. They're non-negotiable, usually non-questionable. Because things have been done that way for so long, everybody backs them, for better or worse. Whether it's collecting every scrap of cardboard for the fireplace, you know, or collecting roadside wood, or never letting go of a panel of glass because you never know when you need to repair a window. Family curses can be a tough one and a very sticky beast to deal with, because there will be blowback and pushback from the rest of the family when we try and change our use or method or way of life concerning such a curse. So it's usually best to work upon that ourselves and not get the rest of the family involved if they're going to roadblock us and stonewall us and stop us from resetting and redesigning what that curse has the impact on within our lives. Now, next we have inheritance curses. One of them, and the most prominent one, would be hoarding. That's an inheritance curse. I bet a lot of you could probably think of many more inheritance curses that we all inherit from our parents and grandparents, but that's one of the biggest ones. Next, I'd say societal curses is that expectations of society will dictate that we have to do these things or not do these things to be welcome and a part of society. But at the end of the day, folks, this is your reality. What do you want to do, eh? I mean, I dress the way I do, and a lot of people do or don't like that, or ask for pictures or photo ops or follow me on YouTube or Instagram, but a lot of it, people don't like it. They can't comprehend it. And some people go, wow, I wish I had the confidence for that, mate. Keep on rocking, brother. You know? So social curses are social expectations and a way of doing things within our societies that dictate the control over us, of which we should not allow ourselves to be controlled unless we want to. Freedom is the true magic, folks. The next one would be community curses. And there's a few of them out here. That's the way it's been done. There's expectations like sharing the fishing spot in town, you know. There's etiquette for that. There's holding ourselves in public, you know, being a good person, because everybody's watching out here in small towns, mate. Next, we have cultural curses. These play into how we operate as a cultural society, our background, our skin colour, our racial heritage, where we come from on planet Earth. It will dictate whether we eat pork or don't, whether we will drink or don't, whether it's bringing a bunch of sliced oranges to sports day in Australia, or a little bit of Vegemite on toast with some cheese. Never go full Vegemite on toast, because that's just crazy. In Australia, we're civilised people, just a smidge of Vegemite, you know? Other things that will be dictated, whether we salute the Queen framed on the wall in the classroom. Back in Scouts in Australia, back in the day, we would salute the Queen and sing the national anthem of the Scouts or whatnot at the start of every Scout meeting. Now, there's a lot of cultural norms and systems of how to do things across the entire world. I'm not privy to all of them, but you can look them up. They're around. And whether we subscribe to these things or not can be a cultural curse. Because if we don't subscribe to them, we're stuck doing them, or we're getting shunned or pushed to the outer rim or the fringes of the group or the society or the culture, you know. So that's something else to think about. Now, the last one probably is human curses. What we are cursed to be as humans. A big one of them, we are cursed with the responsibility of planet Earth and its health and betterment or detriment. We're at the top of the food chain, right up here above everything else, because everything else below us, we can blow it up, we can nuke it, we can stab it, kill it, cut it, shoot it, obliterate it into dust. But that means that us, being the most powerful creatures on planet Earth, are responsible for the Earth's well-being. And look at what we're doing to it. For shame on us, eh? We can all do our best, but we're all going to be doing our best together, folks, because if we're not, look at the state of the world. The Earth, the health of the climate, the natural order of everything, the cleanliness of our water, the quality of our rivers, the health of our forests. You know, we're responsible for all of that. And the final curse of humanity is the finality of life. We're cursed to live about 120 years maximum, and any number you could pick in the world is minimum. We can live as long as we want or as short as we want. We could speed run it to death, you know. Or we could speed run longevity. Life maxing, we could call it, you know. There are ways to beat curses, to undo them, to turn a curse from a daily system that is expected of the consciousness, the subconsciousness and the psyche and the heart and the soul and the mind. We can re-evolve and replace such methods and processes all the way down the chain of command in our bodies and brains, folks. And if we replace them long enough, eventually, we don't have to touch every pole around the lake. We don't have to be bent to the will of cultural and societal boundaries of wearing jeans and a t-shirt just to blend in like every other boring person on the planet Earth, you know. We can wear fancy kimono jackets and nice woolen hats from Italy made out of dyed lamb's wool. We can dance and skip down the street in public if we want to. And if people are going to frown upon that, who cares? That's their opinion, they're valid to it, you know, but we don't have to accept it. I mean, would we take advice from Joe Bloggs down the street who we never met about what colour shirt we want to wear today? Nah. Wear whatever colour shirt you want, folks. Go out there and find yourself. And there is a lot more tools out there that I can offer to breaking the curses of personal, life, family, inheritance, societal, community, cultural, and human. There's a lot of people out there smarter than me that know a lot more about this, and I'm just covering the tip of the iceberg, folks. So go out there, do some research, do some reading, do some listening, do some learning. Do some introspection and look inside of here and here. Find out what kind of curses you have. And then decide if you want to break them, or change them, or grow them, or evolve them, or replace them. This Phill-osophy Arc. I love myself. I love all of you. Catch you later. Hey, Future Racer here. If you're finding the Phill-osophy Arc series inspirational, educational, entertaining, humorous, or it's giving you a little smile, think about liking and subscribing. If you have a family member, loved one, or friend who you think could equally benefit from this series, think about sharing it with them.